Hello, Terry. How are you?
Good. Paul, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Oh, look, we have the same students as the last lesson. We have Tatiana
Excellent.
Masala, and we have Michele, who is imprisoned. Yes, we all. Well, I try not to use the word imprison. Let's try and say that Michele, it's for a good cause. Yeah, I think that's a better word to say.
Try to stay positive. Don't,
Yeah.
because it's only been a week now that we've been on self quarantine. So we've got to stay positive because we still have some time to go.
Yes. Hopefully the time will go quickly, but in the meantime, we are all together in this. Absolutely.
So, Michele from the south of Puglia, Tatiana from Trieste. I'm from the United States, from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, where are you from?
I am from Ireland. I think this is probably the perfect focus because it has connection to beer. Um, although I don't really like drinking beer, Terry. I'm not the stereotypical Irishman, unfortunately.
You're not waiting for the end of the day for a pint of Guinness?
No, I don't really like drinking beer. I like drinking, well, sometimes I drink a little bottle of wine. Chianti is my favorite. And you, Terry, do you like drinking beer or wine or?
I very much prefer wine, and I do love a good Chianti, but I much
Hmm.
prefer Morellino di Scansano.
Okay. What is
It's
that?
my, it's another red wine, but it's my all-time favorite. I like
Mm.
Bulgari and Chianti, but a good Morellino di Scansano is absolutely the end of the world for me.
Oh, okay. Excellent. And Tatiana, Michele, Magda, please tell us your favorite drinks, of course.
Do you like wine? Do you like beer? Do you like cocktails? If I'm going to
Wow.
have a cocktail, usually I will have a Moscow Mule. How about
Oh,
you,
wow.
Paul?
I'm not. I don't really like cocktails. I love smoothies. I know that sounds a bit boring, but I love drinking smoothies. They are one of my favorites. And what
Smoothie
do you
with
drink?
smoothie with a little vodka?
Sometimes, yeah, or maybe gin and tonic is also a popular drink. Okay, we have Michele who agrees with us. Amazing with a G. I do love red wine too. We all do. Absolutely.
We do. So, what kind of red wine, Michele? Now,
Mm.
you're from Puglia. I was in Puglia 2 summers ago, and
Exciting.
I've been to Puglia twice now, and they make a really wonderful red wine that during the summer we actually drank a little bit, not cold, but
Mm.
chilled. Chilled,
Wow.
not cold, but almost. Massimo, hello. Tell us where you're from and what your favorite drink, beer, wine, cocktail, what you like to drink. All right. Yeah, I
Ah,
think in this period, if I could go out, I would order a drink. Yeah. I think that on April 4th, I'm going to be ordering some drinks.
absolutely. And could you please read the focus?
Sure. Ordering drinks. In this focus activity, how to order drinks at a bar, how to order
Hmm.
drinks at a restaurant, and how to pay for drinks.
Ah, okay.
Now,
So Tatjana has an example here.
and
So
I
she says,
go ahead.
no, no, sorry, continue, Terry, please.
I love Guinness with black currant.
Hmm.
Guinness with black currant. Guinness is a little bit heavy and stout for me. So if I add just a little bit of black currant, which is Ribes Rosso, I think,
Uh-huh.
in Italian, um, it just adds just a little bit of sweetness, not really sweet, but a little sweetness. And it makes it like a dessert beer. So you can drink it all night long.
Oh, that's the problem though. Drink that doesn't taste like alcohol makes you a little bit more drunk. That's the problem.
It's because you don't realize and you don't stop. It's so true.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So Massimo from Milan. And what kind of beer do you like? Do you like Hefeweizen or stout or blonde?
Wow, very specific. Terry, you know your beers very, very well.
I was a bartender for a couple of years, so.
And you're perfect for this focus. And Terry, what is the typical beer in America?
What is what?
What is the typical beer you drink in America? Like, what is the most popular?
It depends on where you are from. Okay. And that's because if you are from places that typically spend a lot of time outdoors, farmers or ranchers, they will often drink a light beer like Coors Light or Bud Light.
Oh, okay.
These are mass-produced, cheap beers that it's almost like fizzy water. It's not very good. Cool. But then there are so many microbreweries. Seattle, Portland, they all have microbreweries that make special beers. And so I agree with Michele, who says he doesn't like beer because it inflates your belly.
Yeah.
But a really good beer, especially with a hamburger or
absolutely.
Or with pizza. If I have a pizza with andouille and onion and spicy salami, I'll have a beer rather than wine.
Absolutely. Before I worked in as a beer promoter in Ireland, it's basically like giving pasta to an Italian, in the sense that it was brilliant. I worked for there's this famous Canadian beer. What's it called? It's one of the most famous
Canadian beer?
Yeah, Canadian beer. I can't think of the brand. But what we did was we basically went around all over the pubs in Ireland and we gave free beer, and we were very, very popular. We basically we just did beer promotions, but giving beer to an Irish person is like giving pasta to an Italian. It's like, of course, it's our stereotype. And yes, guys, in Ireland, it is true. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. One of the stereotypes about Ireland is that we do drink a lot. So I'm probably not a good representation of beer because I don't really like drinking alcohol, but a lot of my friends love to have a good time. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, as well.
So was it Labatt's Blue? Did it have the Canadian maple leaf on the front?
Yes, that's it. The maple leaf.
Labatt's Blue.
Yeah, that was the name. Excuse me, I couldn't remember. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. Okay. Now, Terry, can you tell our lovely viewers the type of language customers use when ordering a drink? The type of language. What is important? What are the typical phrases used by customers?
I would really hope that the language would be polite.
Absolutely.
Instead of saying, I want a Guinness, it's better to say, I would like a Guinness.
Yeah, I'd like, absolutely.
Rather than say, give me a rum and coke, you could say, could I have a rum and coke, please?
Could have. Thank you so much.
So what other ways can you think of to ask for a drink politely?
Yeah, so these are just two examples. Yeah. So guys, tell us, what do you think are polite ways when asking for a beer? As I said, this language is super important if you travel. Yes, very good, Tatjana. Excellent. So Terry, can you read, please?
Can I have a Guinness? The
Brilliant.
only thing I might add is, can I have a Guinness, please?
Yeah, it's even nicer. I'd like
Now,
a spicy ice.
Michele, this should be I'd love or I'd like.
Yeah,
A
I'd like or I'd love.
spicy iced red wine. A spicy iced red wine. What is that? I think I have to try it.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Would that be like a sangria, maybe?
Unfortunately, I don't know.
I wonder if that is like sangria.
Hmm.
Sangria is in its base red wine with some
Mm.
fruit and some exactly
Mm.
fruit smells and a little bit of spice, maybe some cinnamon or nutmeg.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. I like the way Michele thinks. Yes.
Absolutely. Or there's another popular drink as well, Terry, called a spritz. Yes.
Oh, here in
Spritz.
Italy, a spritz. We don't have these in the United States, and a spritz
No.
with Aperol, not Campari. A spritz with Aperol is my go-to.
Wow.
It is my
Okay.
go-to drink. So if you go
So
out for an aperitif, what is your go-to drink?
I think a gin and tonic.
Now, a well gin or a call gin, like a Bombay
You're
or
being so specific. Any gin and tonic for me. Wow. Guys, Terry is the expert here. She worked in a pub, okay? So please, any vocabulary questions, Terry will answer them.
could I have a glass of wine, please? All right.
Brilliant.
We're missing the D, but that's just typing, I'm sure. Could I have a glass of wine, please? Excellent. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Okay. So, Paul,
Yeah.
when you go out to drink,
Yep.
with whom do you drink?
Myself. Or if I go out, normally that's basically it. And you? Sorry, can you tell me who do you drink with?
Well, I usually go out with my boyfriend. And so
Okay.
if I'm drinking, it's usually with him, but sometimes with other friends.
Okay. When do you go drinking?
You make it sound like I have a problem. Um, well, in this period, I don't. But if I go out, usually I go out after work around 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
Ah,
But
interesting.
so your favorite drink, Paul, is a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And how do you like it? Do you like it with lime?
Yeah. With lime. To be honest, Terry, whatever you think of a gin tonic, you could tell me any example, and I will say I like it, basically.
Okay. All right. Where do you go to have a drink?
You see, I don't drink alcohol, so I guess if we're talking about drinking, I love to have a green tea, or I love having tea in general. I'm a big fan of tea, and there's in Florence, guys, there's this wonderful place that's called Plaza de San Marco, and I normally have a green tea or a vanilla tea. jasmine tea. And you can have a view of Plaza de San Marco, and it's really, really beautiful. So
I do like Piazza San Marco. It is lovely.
yeah, and it's normally not crowded, which is fantastic. Even when it's busy in Florence.
Massimo says he goes out with his wife and his friends.
Good.
Great structure and really excellent remembering to put that S on friends.
Absolutely.
All right, really great. Okay. Now, here's the real telling question, Paul. How often do you go out to have a drink?
I hardly ever go out to have a drink if we're talking about alcohol, but if we're talking about tea or meeting friends for a social gathering, every now and then. And you?
Oh, well, I wish I could say the same. No, I probably go out maybe 2 or 3 times a week, usually on the weekends and maybe one night during the week. But also it's usually to have a pizza. We go have something to drink and then
yeah.
pizza, or have something to drink and then go to dinner. So, but you said something really interesting, Paul. You used the phrase hardly ever. And it's hardly is one of those anomalies in English, because if we say hard, it means a lot. It means with force. But hardly is pretty much the opposite. It means almost never or almost nothing. So interesting phrase you used. I like it.
Thank you. And Michele says, I go out for drinking twice a week. Oh, I go out drinking. Does that sound better? Yeah.
You could say I go out for a drink or I go drinking.
Yeah.
But in English, there's a little bit of negative connotation to I go drinking.
Yeah.
It's to imply that you go out only to drink. Tatiana says, I go out with teachers and students of my S. Well, we like that.
Absolutely. We encourage our students to mix and to remember we had a wonderful aperitivo actually so long ago in January. It was February, Strizzi Garden. It was a really, really nice aperitivo.
It was back to school. It was either the end of January or the beginning of February. I don't remember.
Those were the days. Can you remember when we were outside in a pub? It was so normal.
Life will return to normal. Okay. It will return to normal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let's move on.
All right.
So next slide is matching. Okay. So guys, Terry, if you don't mind, can you please read the examples?
Of course. On the rocks, cocktail, draft, glass of wine, pitcher, bottle, and non-alcoholic.
Okay, so guys, please tell us the answers. A equals, B equals, C equals.
A is one of my favorite was one of my favorite cocktails years ago. It looks like a cosmopolitan.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. F looks quite nice actually, doesn't it? Looks like
I can't really see what F is.
Let me check if I can maybe make the writing a little bit clearer. I don't know if I made any difference, Terry. Probably a little bit clearer for audience.
There it is. Perfect. Exactly, Michele. A is a cosmopolitan, and a cosmopolitan is a cocktail. Is
Good.
a cocktail.
Yeah, so that is correct.
All right.
Yes, it is. Sorry, working on my skills. Very good. Cocktail.
So B looks like it could be blonde. It could be IPA.
Yay. Very good, Tatiana.
Yes. Excellent, Tatiana. Excellent.
A draft. What's a draft, Terry?
A draft beer, as opposed to a bottled beer, draft comes from a large keg through a tube, and then you fill it, the bartender fills it. C,
Excellent.
on the rocks. D, glass of wine. Tatiana, you have this memorized. Perfect. So on
Very
the rocks,
good, guys. Excellent.
on the rocks is a way to drink whiskey or to drink something that's not mixed with something else. Okay?
Exactly.
So, E, what is E? Ah, okay, I know what E is. Okay.
Me too.
E, Coca-Cola, Sprite, ginger beer.
Fanta. Have you tried Fanta?
Years ago. I don't drink sugary carbonated beverages anymore.
Oh, okay.
But Tatiana said non-alcoholic. Excellent.
Very good. Excellent. That is correct. Tatiana's on fire today.
Massimo says F is the bottle of wine, and Alessandro says G is the pitcher. That's perfect.
Good job, guys.
So now,
Excellent.
now that you can see some
do you want me to go back?
No, stay. Now that you can see some go back. Now that you can see some different drinks, tell us which are your favorites and be specific.
What are you drinking at the moment, Terry?
Vodka. No, I'm kidding. It's hot water with honey and lemon.
Oh, very specific. I like it. Why hot water and lemon? What's the problem today? Do you have a sore throat?
I have a sore throat, so hot water, honey, and lemon. It's 4 days now. It's pretty much my drink of choice. Definitely not as wonderful as a good glass of red wine, though.
Okay, excellent.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it seems like we have more viewers. So, guys, as I said, like Michele, like Magda, like Tatiana,
Alessandro, Massimo.
Michele. Yeah, feel free to comment and participate like these guys are doing. Okay, and thank you so much. Okay.
Remember, we're still waiting for everyone to tell us their favorite drink. So,
Terry, we have here ordering drinks at a pub. And just to let you guys know that the Temple Bar is a famous bar in Dublin. Everybody, for some stupid reason, likes to go and see the bar. It is nothing special. It is just a pub, and it's very, very expensive. And in my opinion, non vale la pena. It's not worth visiting because, in my opinion, it's not the best. So if you really want to have a good beer in Ireland, I recommend going to Galway, Cork, Donegal. I'm a bit anti-Dublin. I'm not a fan of Dublin. So the Temple Bar, for some reason, is very popular in Ireland. However, it is nothing special.
Thank you for that. So something interesting, Paul. Tatiana says, my favorite drink is tea. Michele, my favorite drink is a known red wine called Amarone di Volpicella. And Alessandro says, my favorite drink is rum and cola. But what's really interesting is, let's take a look. And all of these are correct. Even though they are different. So
Hmm.
Tatiana writes favorite,
Yeah.
Favorite. That is the American spelling.
Mm-hmm.
The British English spelling, Favorite. We
Mm-hmm.
add that U after the O in the British English spelling. So both are correct. You can choose.
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting to see both of these showing up. So
Absolutely, yeah. American English, British English, as you guys, you know. Just my general advice, though, is when you're writing, keep it either British English or American English. I think when you, for example, if you're doing a Cambridge exam, it's just makes more sense to keep it in British English or American English, whatever you prefer. There's no right or wrong. Do you agree, Terry?
yes, and to be honest, I've made quite a mess. I've
Hmm.
made quite a bit of confusion in my own life in that I'm learning the British English is becoming more a part of my brain. And so some words I'm writing in British English and some in American English. So I do agree it's really important to decide on one and to stay with it.
Absolutely. Okay, so Terry, here we have ordering drinks at a pub. So maybe you can go one, I'll go one, you go two. Okay, so we'll read. Okay, so no problem. Here's your change.
I'd like a pitcher of beer and 4 glasses.
Okay, yes, a rum and coke.
Okay. Anything else?
Hi, what can I get you?
I only have a 50.
Okay, and that will be $10. Now, Terry, I have a question for you. Can you tell me, please, the meaning of change?
Change is the money that remains after you have paid for something.
Okay,
In
interesting.
Italian, il resto.
Okay. And anything else? I'm a bit unsure. Do you mind telling me, please, the meaning of anything else? What is that?
Anything else? So imagine being at the store
Mm-hmm.
and you bought a pencil and you
Mm-hmm.
bought 3 pens.
Mm.
And the shop assistant says, anything else? And you say, yes, I also need an agenda. So
Okay. Or I'd like as well. Okay.
I'd like an agenda.
Okay.
Um, it's something other than what you have.
Okay. Thank you so much, Terry, for telling me um, the meaning of those words. So, guys,
Thank
can you please tell us the order? Okay. The order of the dialogue, the numbers.
Tatiana, not someone,
Mm.
something.
Yeah.
So we have anyone and anything, someone and something, not interchangeable.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
going very good, Alessandro. That is the first answer. Brilliant. And Alessandro, can you tell us where you're from while you're answering the questions as well? Yeah, so 5 is definitely number 1.
Okay. What comes after hi? What can I get you?
Hmm. Hmm. I wonder, Terry. I wonder. So yeah, we have 5. Very good, Michele. Brilliant. We'll do a little competition. Then 2.
Then two. I'd like a pitcher of beer and 4 glasses. Excellent.
Brilliant, guys. You're doing really well.
All right. What comes after that?
Hmm.
I think we're missing something, Michele. I think there's a question that we might have before the price.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder.
Something and before that, something even before the rum and coke. So before the rum and coke. So, hi, what can I get you? I'd like a pitcher of beer. Oh, wait, Massimo. Massimo was working hard. So, Paul, let's read the dialogue in
With
Massimo's
Mass.
order and see if it's
Okay.
correct. All right.
Okay.
So, hi, what can I get you?
Okay, and his next answer is number 2. Okay, I'd like a pitcher of beer and 4 glasses.
Number 4. Okay. Anything else?
After 4 is 3. Okay, yes, a rum and coke.
Okay, to this point, absolutely correct.
Yeah, so 5, 2, 4, and 3 are correct.
5, 2, 4, 3. But these last 3, we need to change just a little bit.
5, 2, 4, 3. Okay, very good.
So after, yes, a rum and coke. What do we need next?
Now I'm confused. I can't concentrate at the same time. I have a ADHD, guys, so for me it's to remember everything. Okay, so 5, 2, 4, 3 is correct, and after that is 6. Only have a 50.
No,
Help, Terry.
we need something before that.
Help.
We need something before I only have a 50. Why would somebody say I only have a 50? Maybe because a 50 is a large amount and the bill, the ticket, the bill, the check was a small amount. 761. Tatiana, she gets it. Yay!
Excellent. So let's read the conversation again, Terry. Okay. So
Okay.
when you're ready, you can start.
Hi, what can I get you?
I'd like a pitcher of beer and 4 glasses.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, a rum and coke, please.
I can't see the slide. That will be $10.
Okay, what number are we on next?
6?
So, 6. Okay, I only have a 50.
No problem. Here's your change.
Very good. So congratulations, guys. Well done, Tatiana. And also, look, Massimo had the answer as well. So that is the answer, guys. Brilliant work. Okay, that is correct. Okay,
What?
and then... No problem. Here's your change.
Okay.
Good job, guys. Next, Terry, can you please read the slide?
Ordering drinks at a restaurant. Decide who is speaking, the waiter or the customer. Thank you. Anything else? My son would like a Coke. Good evening. Can I get you something to drink? I'll be back with those in a moment. A dry red. A bottle of wine, please. Do you have a preference?
So, guys, can you tell us, for example, thank you is number 1, anything else is number 2, my son would like a Coke is number 3, okay? So tell us who's speaking, the waiter or the customer. That would be fantastic.
And to make it easy, you can just put W or C.
Yeah.
So if the waiter is speaking W or the customer C.
That would be great.
All right. So Paul,
Mm-hmm.
it says there a dry red. A dry red what?
Don't know. Can you tell us? Actually,
I
don't.
think so.
You worked in the pub, so
That would be a dry red wine.
wine. Yeah, I was thinking wine. I just didn't want to give false information.
Definitely. It's my favorite wine is a dry red wine. So we have fruity and dry. These are the
Oh,
opposite
wow.
ends. Fruity or dry.
Okay.
I don't really
So-
like fruity wines.
Okay, interesting. When
Primitivo, the wine that I had in Puglia that they serve during the summer that they serve a little bit cold. Primitivo. Sorry, just came back to
that's
me.
okay. No, feel free to tell us, please. Absolutely. Excellent.
So, not seeing any answers yet. So, why don't we give them an example? For example,
Absolutely.
with number 1, thank you, is that the waiter or the customer?
It is what we call the customer.
I agree. All right.
Yeah.
So, how about Tatiana. Okay.
Just as we're waiting.
Wow. All right. So, Michele, sorry if we confused you. It's not a dialogue. Okay. So he's done one part. He's done one part. Tatiana's done another. So let's make sure Tatiana's answers are correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So customer, then anything else?
It's the waiter. Yeah.
Excellent. My son would like a Coke. Customer.
Yep.
Perfect. Good evening. Can I get you something to drink? Waiter. I'll be back with those in a moment. Waiter. A dry red. I believe that's actually going to be the customer. Yes. And a bottle of wine, please. Okay. So just, do you see a dry red? CCW. Okay. Wow.
Well
I think
done.
there's one extra W in the middle, Tatiana. That's why I was confused. Sorry.
Yeah, we're adapting to this new way of teaching, of course, with technology and everything. But Terry, you're handling it spectacularly. I must
And
say.
you as well, Paul. Thank you.
No, when it comes to technology, I can't. I need an assistant.
All right. So, Michele, put in order in the same way.
Interesting.
Let's try Michele's order, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Just
right.
to check.
So, oh no, the go. Yeah, here. Good. So he says number 4. Good evening. Can I get you something to drink?
Yeah, and number 3 is my son would like a Coke. Correct.
All right. Number 2.
Number 2 is after.
Anything else?
And then he said number 7, a bottle of wine, please. Very good.
Good.
8.
And do you have a preference?
6. A dry red. Excellent. And then we have 5.
I'll be back with those in a moment.
Thank you. Brilliant. Yeah. Michele,
Right.
well done.
Absolutely.
That is the conversation in order. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Benissimo. Tu puoi. Andiamo. Forza Italia. Bravo, benissimo.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, Massimo, she's too fast. Just to correct you, she is too fast. Yes, we can. Yes, Michele, you can speak English very well. That is something that is guaranteed.
She is.
What I like about these webinars, Terry, though, is that, at least our students are learning their writing skills and their listening skills. We always focus on speaking, but we can actually kind of focus in a bit more on vocabulary and listening and writing. So do you agree?
I do. I think it's a great exercise, and I think that we can really help to eliminate some of those little errors that we so often hear, and this way we see them and we can eliminate them, and it really improves the writing as well. So really great.
Absolutely. So Terry, can you be blue and I'll be red, and we will have a conversation. I'll repeat, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you be blue and I will go red, and we can read the conversation.
All right. And so, Michele, this is a little bit different than the order that you gave us, but the order that you gave us was really great as well. It works just fine both ways.
Absolutely.
So, good evening. Can I get you something to drink?
A bottle of wine, please.
Do you have a preference?
A dry red.
Anything else?
My son would like a Coke.
I'll be back with those in a moment.
Thank you. Terry, do you notice the contractions are interesting, no? I'll be back. I would like. There are different structures there. Can you tell our audience, please, just a little bit about the importance of polite language and contractions?
Well, we use contractions in informal speech. In formal speech, we would definitely not use these contracted forms.
No.
But in informal speech and normal everyday conversations, we use these contractions. So I'm looking for.
We have, for example, I'll be back.
I'll be back rather than I will. We could say I'd like a bottle of wine. But we can say I'd like a bottle of wine, or we'd like, but we wouldn't say my son'd.
No. It's unnatural. It's just not correct.
Exactly. So that's not something that we would contract. We would contract the basic pronouns.
Exactly. Very good. So yeah, guys, notice the emphasis on I'll have, you'll have, he'll have, she'll have, it'll have, we'll have, you'll have, and they'll have. Okay, it's just something to listen for when us native speakers speak the contractions. It's probably your biggest challenge when you're learning English and when you're advancing to the next level. Thank you so much, Terry, for explaining once again.
Thank you.
Okay, so well, just going back to our drinks, guys. So we have here on the rocks, non-alcoholic bottle, and a pitcher. You guys can feel free to. So me and Terry are the waiters, okay? And you guys are the customers, and you can write. You can ask politely for drinks, okay? So me and Terry are the waiters, and you guys can ask us as customers using the language that you've learned. How does that sound, Terry?
That sounds great, Paul.
Yeah.
So
order drinks.
Well, you're welcome, Michele. All right. So while we're waiting for them to order drinks, when was the last time you went out for a drink?
Why are you asking me that? I think the last time I went out for a drink was last Saturday. That was before the curfew, right?
It was.
Okay. Yeah, it was last Saturday afternoon. I went for a tea before I know it's unusual. I finished work, and then I had a jasmine tea, and then I went after I did my gym class, basically.
Okay.
And
No,
you?
I ask only to practice questions. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
I think that questions are often difficult, and so sometimes just hearing the structure again, hearing it repeated is really helpful. So I thought that while we were waiting for our students to submit their drink orders, I would just ask you some questions.
Okay, so guys, order drinks politely, making. So order drinks politely, guys, making questions. I just said guys for emphasis. Okay, so can I have, could I have, and we will be delighted to tell you yes or no. Okay, so make questions. Could I have, can I have? I'll help them remember the language. So, for example,
could you help me, Paul? Could you review the polite language and the polite ways to make these requests?
yeah. So we have examples of hello, how can I help you? I would consider that to be polite. Hello, how can I help you? Could I have? May.
Ooh.
May is also possible.
So may I have?
Mm-hmm.
Is it polite to say, can you bring me? Can you bring me a glass of wine?
For me, I would never say that, but yeah, it's possible. Can you bring me? Sounds for me a bit too direct, but
Okay. Is it better if I say, could you bring me a glass of wine?
yeah, I think could just sound it just when you change from can to could, it just makes a difference. For example, 2 weeks ago, I was in Lucca, which is a town near Florence, and I saw some customers ordering drinks, and their language was completely inappropriate. They were saying, I want, bring me, using the imperative form, no please, no thank you. I wasn't really happy with how the people were responding.
So there are some other words. Good. Can I have? May I have? My personal favorite, though, is I'd like.
Me too. Absolutely. Me too. I'd like.
And my favorite is with please. I'd like a
Absolutely.
glass of wine, please.
I think that is correct, Terry. And then we say, yeah, may. Or the waiter will respond, absolutely. So these are typical ways of these are the perfect dialect. This is the perfect dialect between a customer and a waiter. Absolutely.
All right. So
wow, we have 50 viewers.
So we have just a few minutes left, and we're not getting any drink orders, so we don't have some big drinkers out there, kind of like Paul and I. But could you? Okay, so let's just review a little bit this polite language. So there are words that we use outside of the specific request. So imagine that you've just arrived at the bar and the bartender is washing glasses.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, excuse me, to get their attention.
Absolutely. That's formal language. Okay, so guys, we just have a minute left because I'm teaching again in 10 minutes. So unfortunately, we cannot waste any more time. But just as a final question, here we have a success. Yay. Would you mind bringing? Excellent. Would you mind bringing as a correction, Michele?
Would you mind bringing me a glass of iced Rosato wine? That's great, Michele. That's absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely. So, guys, that is it from me and Terry today. Thank you so much for your participation. You were brilliant again in this lesson. And Terry, you were spectacular with your explanations of all the different types of drink and wine. And my technology skills are improving. Piano.
Thank you, Paul. It was a pleasure, as always.
Thanks, guys. Have a lovely evening. Okay. Tutto andrà bene. Did I say that correctly?
Tutto andrà bene. Good.
Yeah, tutto andrà bene. Okay, thanks.
Good. All right. Have a great evening. Stay safe.
Bye, guys.